Hey, Warrior Saints, glad to have you beautiful people in with us as we begin a new week. I'm going to confess my sins from last week to you now in this form of public confession because Lent is coming and it's appropriate to confess publicly on the interwebs for all to see. Last week I was having a little bit of a little bit of a problem. I was getting annoyed. I was tired the day that I got so annoyed, and just something happened that just made me angry enough that as soon as Father Chris and I both left the office, we got in our cars and I called him and I said, I'm going to complain now and you are going to listen. And then he had to listen to me complain about all of my frustrations and why they bothered me and why I was so upset. Because it didn't sit right, the situation that had happened, and I needed to just get it out. Fast forward a couple days later, and then it's Friday, and we celebrated the feast of the 40 Holy Martyrs of Sebaste, whose story is absolutely amazing. But the gospel reading hit me across the face like a ton of bricks, and more like a 2x4 to the face, similar to like we see in the movie Tommy Boy, when David Spade hits Chris Farley across the face with a 2x4, and he's like, does it hurt here, or here? And it's like, David Spade's like, it's everywhere. If you haven't seen it, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So you should go watch Tommy Boy. But anyway, if you have seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. That's what I felt like. Felt like I got hit in the face with a 2x4 and like there was a mark of a 2x4 across my face as I heard this scripture reading, which comes to us from Matthew chapter 20, verses 1 through 16. It's the story of a landowner who needs to have people come and work in his vineyard. And so he goes out and he finds day laborers, and he goes at the beginning of the day, goes in the middle of the day, goes in the next hour of the day, then finally in the last hour of the day, and there are still people that need work. He still has work to be done. He brings them in. Then it comes time to pay everyone. And he goes and he pays the people from the first hour what they agreed to, and it's the same as what he paid the people who came at the last hour. So the people in the first hour, we'll call them Greg, because that's how I was feeling, were annoyed that the people in the last hour were getting paid the same. And it's funny because the response of the landowner is, hold on, let me understand why you're upset. Were you not under the same impression I was? Did we not make the same agreement that you were going to get paid this amount and then you did get paid that amount? Well, yeah, they say, we did make that agreement. He said, then why do you care what I agreed with this person? That's not on you. That's on me for being dumb enough to pay them for 1 hour what I paid you for 8 hours. That's not a you problem. That's a me problem. And it's like, that's me. I'm so focused on what other people are doing, I lose sight of the fact of what I'm there to do, what I'm supposed to do. And I feel like this is something that we struggle with as Warrior Saints across the board. We're getting into, another election cycle, and primaries are here. And I'm looking around and being a little bit of a judgmental jerk, thinking about what I'm seeing on people's Facebook pages as they're talking about all of this political stuff. I'm worried about what, so-and-so is doing that, well, I'm doing this. Why are they not recognizing what I'm doing? Why are they looking at what he's doing? I don't care what he's doing. I don't care what your Facebook posts are about your politics. I need to focus on me and what I'm doing and what I'm called to do as a warrior saint. Now, that's not always easy to do, because I don't always know what I'm supposed to do as a warrior saint. It's easier for me to complain that someone else is getting something that I feel is unjust, as opposed to focusing on what I'm supposed to be doing and then getting my due reward, my just reward for my actions. So it's important that we first and foremost know what we are called to do, what we are supposed to do, and what living like a warrior saint looks like, so that we can focus on that and making sure that we are getting out there and doing exactly what God has created us and commanded us to do. And that's where warriorsaints.org comes in. It is there for you so that you know what you are called to do, so that you know what actions warrior saints take, and you can stop doing what I do and looking around at everyone else, and you can start focusing on what you are supposed to do. If you want to come along with us as we're journeying to figure this all out together, join us, warriorsaints.org. Get the way of the warrior saint. Get both parts. The bundle makes the most sense. Do it. Get it? Get it for someone else. Get a band together and pull it off, because it's time that we get that band back together and we focus on what we need to focus on and not be distracted by others. We'll be back tomorrow. Until we see you then, you keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.